So today we're going to wrap Cindy's duty pistol. It's a Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 9mm. Looks like the compact model. Things we're going to need some degreaser of some sort. This actually is gun degreaser. You can also use brake cleaner, acetone, things like that. Anything that will remove grease and dry without leaving a residue. We're going to need some heat sources, so we have a couple of butane torches, 2 different sizes, so we can control the heat. Because as you adapt this material, you have to warm it up and heat it, and you pull it and stretch it to make it conform to the contours of the pistol. We're going to need a couple of sharp knives. X-Acto knives work. These just happen to be scalpels because I have scalpels. 2 different sizes, 2 different blades, fresh blades. And you always want to use fresh blades. And the thing to remember when you're trimming this material is that after you've heated it to apply it, you want to let it cool before you try to trim it so it doesn't pull. And of course you need the actual gun skins themselves. And Cindy brought a brand new pack for a pistol. I have some leftovers from a pistol, and I also I'm working on wrapping an AR-15, so we have plenty of excess material in case we make a mistake. So here's a couple of pistols I wrapped prior to Cindy's project. The first is my Franken-Glock. I wrapped the slide in Prime 1 Blackout, used the Prime 1 logo on the belt clip. Being a Glock, the slide surfaces are all pretty flat and square, pretty easy to wrap, great first time project. Left the frame unwrapped, it's OD green. I did a custom stippling job but didn't want to cover it up, so left it two-tone. Second one I did is my CZ75 compact, and I did it also two-tone. I did the frame using the leftover blackout from the Glock project, and then I used the slide portion from a Woodlands kit for the slide. I had initially wrapped the controls in Woodlands, didn't like it, looked a little too busy, so I peeled it off, rewrapped those in blackout. That's the beauty of the Gunskins. If you don't like the way it came out, or if it didn't come out very good, you can peel it off and do it again. So we're going to completely degrease it. We're going to shoot it down in all the little crevices where the extractor is, where all the pins in the sight is, the firing pin. It's pretty straightforward. There's not a lot. It's not real complicated, but we're going to get all the oil out of it so that no oil seeps out while we're working on it. Because when we hit it with the torch to heat it up, it'll pull oil out of it if there's any left in it. So just remember to lube it good after it's been reassembled. So we've opened up the pack on the Gunskins for a pistol kit, and as you can see, there's a piece. There are pre-cut pieces, one for slide, one for frame, and one for the other side of the frame. And then there's this etc. piece. I'm not quite sure what that's for. And then we have a cool Prime 1 label if you want to put that on again. So that's all you need to do the wrap. So we'll start with the slide. We've degreased the slide. So we're going to start by, and since I degreased it barehanded, I've degreased my hands as well. Peel that off. And I'm going to start it a little different than the guy who starts it in the video. He starts it on one side. I'm going to start it right down the middle so I can cut relief cuts for the sights. And the nice about this stuff, if you get it in this place, you can just pull it off and re-stick it. Make a little cut around the front sight. See how I did that? They had that little wrinkle there. I just lifted it up and pulled it, and it pulled that wrinkle out.
It's stretchy.
Yeah, it's stretchy. When you heat it up, it'll get even stretchier. Your sights are good. You're not going to have to adjust them or anything.
I shouldn't.
Okay, and we'll just cover up the screw for now. If you ever have to move the sights, you can just I'll make relief cuts around the dovetail, so you just have to open up a hole for that Allen screw.
Okay.
I'm not going to cover the sights up. And we're going to want to heat it up going over the serrations in the slide. And we had talked about it earlier as far as the serrations go. I think we're going to actually cut along the serrations rather than just try to fill them in, because this is Cindy's duty weapon, and I think having nice sharp serrations is kind of critical. It may wear a little more because the edges are exposed, but it's safer, and we can always go back and redo, patch it if we have to. That's the beauty of camouflage. You can patch it without having too much, without it being too obvious. And when you cut into stuff like along the edge, I'll actually cut to where I'm pushing down against the edge. It gets a nice clean cut. And you can always go back and clean it up after if you need to.